Good Morning Britain descended into chaos on Tuesday morning, October 28, 2025, when political commentator Nels Abbey clashed with former Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng during a fiery debate about the government's plan to move asylum seekers from hotels into military barracks. Abbey joined hosts Ed Balls and Charlotte Hawkins to discuss the government's controversial proposal to use two military sites in Inverness and East Sussex to house migrants, following pledges to cut the billions spent on hotel accommodations. The decision, aimed at easing public anger over hotel use in local communities, quickly ignited a stormy on-air confrontation. Kwarteng opened by criticizing the government's U-turn, noting that officials who once opposed barracks housing now supported it. He argued that hotels had placed asylum seekers in the middle of towns that didn't want them there, and the barracks option could reduce community tensions. Abbey interrupted sharply, calling the plan a mistake and a sign of how dehumanized we've become. He insisted that housing migrants in military barracks would make them seem like security threats rather than people seeking refuge. Kwarteng hit back, accusing Abbey of offering no practical solutions. The tension grew as Abbey countered that Britain should humanize, utilize, and tax asylum seekers instead of treating them as burdens. When pressed on what humanize meant, Abbey explained, placing them in barracks creates the impression they belong in prison. These are desperate people, not criminals. The debate intensified as Kwarteng demanded concrete answers. Abbey argued for specialized, humanized housing rather than barracks or barges, which he said degrade people's dignity. Charlotte Hawkins pointed out that such proposals might be difficult to sell during a cost of living crisis, to which Kwarteng mocked, "You have no idea what you're talking about." The exchange grew even more heated when Abbey claimed asylum seekers should be allowed to work, recalling that before 2004, they could hold jobs while awaiting decisions. "We've demonized asylum seekers and made them enemies of the state," he declared. Kwarteng dismissed his claims as idealistic nonsense, saying the country needed immediate solutions to house thousands of arrivals. Abbey shot back that the government should treat the issue as a national emergency and process asylum applications within a week, an idea Kwarteng ridiculed as unrealistic and delusional. As the segment wound down, Abbey attempted to defend his views with a bizarre analogy. When a woman's water breaks and you're driving her to the hospital, do you stop at the red light or go through it? A visibly confused Kwarteng replied, "I've no idea what you're talking about." Following the broadcast, social media erupted. Viewers branded Abbey deluded, a danger, and a complete joke. One ex-user fumed, "Why do GMB keep inviting this man on? He talks utter rubbish." Another wrote, "Kwasi is the only one making sense. Abbey lives in fantasy land." Some accused ITV of giving airtime to chaos, while others called Abbey's analogy insulting and absurd. A handful of viewers, however, defended him for reminding people that asylum seekers are human beings. This isn't the first time Abbey has provoked backlash. Earlier this year, he drew hundreds of Ofcom complaints for controversial remarks about the late American commentator Charlie Kirk. Tuesday's debate, though, may be his most divisive appearance yet, leaving Good Morning Britain viewers split between outrage and disbelief.